Hi, Nicco. I'm Chris. What are we talking about today?
What is up, gamers? Welcome back to another installment of the CRUBCAST, your weekly dose of controlled chaos where it only gets worse. My name is Nicco, aka All Hell Buckets. I'm here with Chris, who just introduced himself, and I'm also here with Trav. Trav, say hi. And Trav, for our audio listeners, Trav is doing the thing where you make a worm between your hand fingers. Okay, that is Trav's introduction.
How's
And
it going?
today,
Hope everyone had a good weekend.
yeah, I did.
Because we record this on the weekend, for the record.
Yeah, we do not do that. We actually record this live every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time on twitch.tv/crub_official. Now, with all that out of the way, today we are talking about games to do other things too, which I understand may perhaps be a little counterintuitive to some. Some people might like to be truly immersed in certain games, and some games are more immersive inherently, in my opinion, than other games are. So, fellas, I know that I do anything and everything while I'm playing almost every game that's not a movie.
Sure.
So, what games? I mean, what games do you guys? What games do you guys? But I have a ton of examples, so I'm sure I'll chime in. Do you guys have games that you just put on in the background and do other things?
Oh, I mean, for me, I can't speak for Chris, and in fact, I don't want him to speak. There's more games out there that I will actively listen to a podcast to while I'm playing, or sometimes even listen to music, because I like listening to music in my games, like from the games. But even then, sometimes I'm just like, you know what? Let's pop on some Strapping Young Lad. Let's put on, I don't know, Burger King foot lettuce. Nope. But just things to stimulate myself too. I fell into a rabbit hole for a while where I was doing a lot of keeping up with current events, which I won't talk about because it's very sad. But it was a lot of stuff like that where, just trying to catch up with the world, trying to feel like I'm being productive while being unproductive.
Makes sense to me. Chris,
what about you? Tell me about where it all began with you.
I put on The View, and then I open up The Last of Us Part 1 and kill people.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my second screen entertainment. No, I was very much a person who's like, if I'm opening up a game, that gets my focus, and then I am immersed in that game, and then that audio is the audio I experience, and then that is the focus visually. I was very much that person, and I think I've been made fun of on this very podcast for being that type of person. Maybe rightfully. But lately, that's been changing. I've been listening to podcasts while playing long, repetitive games. It's been a new chapter for me. I feel like I'm developing as a human being. I've been playing the Herbs GBA while not listening to the Herbs GBA. It's been very freeing and liberating. And I'm 31 now, and I think I've really changed a lot. Thank you. Yeah.
You don't want to hear them go rada rada.
That song's not in the GBA version.
Oh, that's a
dude. Schnitzel from Chowder?
Yeah.
If it was, I think I would have committed to the game audio, but it's very much like there are really low sample GBA voices, like they recorded people saying things, and then as you talk to the herbs, they cycle through like 3 voice clips each.
Yeah.
And it's not it.
They're like Banaka 2.
It's actual English, weirdly. It's not even like the sim language. Like they just speak to you, I think. I stopped paying attention. I don't remember. But yeah, it's been nice. It's weird, like going through things. I still don't. I'm not someone who can put on like a TV show and do this though. Like if I'm playing the game, I'm still giving my focus to the game primarily. Which
I think my earliest memory of doing something like that. Sorry, I hate to cut you off, but actually I'd love to. My earliest memory of that I think was like 2010, 2011, of like being up in the middle of the night and having, because I was like fresh out of living at a homeless shelter at the time, Travis Lore. So I was, a little uneasy about being awake late at night. So I like to have the TV on. And I have vivid memories of like playing something on I think it was Mario Sunshine on a Dolphin emulator, which ran like crap on my old computer. Like it ran at like half speed. But there was the freaking George Lopez show.
Oh, so you just have low rider?
Yeah.
That's really funny.
That's quite a mixture of things.
Yeah, okay. See, here's my general rule.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say it's not a rule. It's just like my gravitation, the things that I gravitate toward.
General Riz.
General Riz. Got him.
Sorry, my throat's out of commission from the pre-show. Okay, hold on. I could have worded that better.
I'm feeling great after the pre-show, though.
Yeah, that
unrelated.
Okay, I
anyway,
have
moving on.
Well, no, okay, so the things that I gravitate toward, right, are like, man, fellas, I got a bad addiction recently. It's YouTubers reading Reddit "Am I the asshole?" videos.
We've lost Nicco.
Like,
Alexandria's fallen.
Well, wait, hold on. Are you watching Northern Lion raid them? Because that's okay.
Yeah, so I did. I watched all of his.
I love Northern Lion. I very recently fell onto I very recently become NL-pilled. I love Northern Lion.
I am a little too. I'm not gonna lie.
Like his sense of humor is like simultaneously so dry, but like also not. That I'm just like this is a man who makes me legitimately not afraid to be in my 30s because I just love how much experience he has and how he's able to go on these tangents where it's like you could tell like, oh, he's been through that. He knows what he's talking about.
He makes me cackle laughing sometimes.
Yeah, same. So it was like a week ago. I got incredibly stoned.
I love that we're talking about this like random YouTuber that Chris doesn't know who we're talking
That's okay.
about.
I've seen him. He's the guy with the glasses.
He's a bald guy with glasses, and he goes, "Oh, let's kill him! Let's kill him with hammers."
He goes, "Hey, I'm a carb-pilled bread cell."
But I completely lost what I was talking about.
You got weed?
That's okay. Let's move on. Wait, what?
Yeah, let's move on.
You got stoned or
no, what did
something?
Chris say?
Oh, you were telling a story. That's right.
Yeah, I'm trying to get you back on track.
I got incredibly stoned. You could tell that I have a great memory because I get stoned a lot. And I got auto-played onto a video of Northern Lion talking about like our place in the cosmos and like the fact that we're stardust. But the way that he delivered the line was like, I thought I was listening to a scholar. And then, granted, I was intoxicated, but
were you
dog is barking.
Were you playing a video game while watching?
No, I was laying in bed.
Oh, okay, I see.
Nicco, I reacted badly at first because I had a bad epidemic of this going on my TikTok algorithm back when TikTok was completely morally correct to use. It has never been bad. I thought you were talking about the ones that were like AI, TikTok voice, Minecraft.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of too.
No,
that's why I immediately jumped onto Northern Lion to try to save him.
Yeah.
I click. Oh, I'm sorry. I should have specified. That's actually a really good point, Chris. I should have specified that no AI voices. I can't do the AI voices. Yeah. I need a human being commentating on it. I don't want to because I don't just want to. I don't care about.
There's only one channel I follow that uses a text to speech. Okay, two if you count Guard 47. And the Garn isn't even AI. It's just a text to speech. But there's one channel on TikTok that cracks me up, and I'll listen to it while I play games. That's how it's relevant. But it's like it pitches itself as a science channel, and like it sounds like it's setting you up for like some really interesting science facts, and it's using the basic 11 Labs voice. I'm sure that you've heard it a million times. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like. Did you know that your sphincter is only strong enough to like hold this many pounds? But then it goes on to go like, but unlike you, I have been training to work out my sphincter muscle and can now stick at the opposite end of a plunger into it and hang from the ceiling for at least 10 minutes. And I just started losing my shit.
That's horrifying.
So I'm just imagining someone with a plunger up their ass sticking to the ceiling like Spider-Man.
I thought it was on the ceiling fan, so I thought it was going around.
That's like the next step, though, right? That's like the Olympics of this, I imagine.
I imagine somebody like ragdolling off of a ceiling fan.
Holy moly.
That is
do we have any
horrifying.
talented animators in chat that could bring that to life?
Nope.
Never mind.
Are you calling our
I was gonna
audience
say
talentless, Nico?
No, I'm
Yes.
just saying, please don't do it. I'm saying, please don't animate
It's
that or
almost like a
draw it.
challenge. It's like none of you guys
Actually-
are talented enough to animate this, actually.
Actually, I encourage you not
Did
to
you know
even.
that none of you are talented enough to draw this thing?
I encourage you not to even picture it because it's only funny
I
if
need
you
to
don't
draw
picture
Justin
it.
another buff Steve.
Yeah, you do.
Steve Minecraft.
It's been like 3
Yeah.
years. It's overdue.
It's time, dude. Make it Jack Black.
Oh, Steve.
Yeah,
Flinted steel.
yeah. Make it
Everything I
Jack
know
Black.
about this movie is just him listing Minecraft ingredients.
That's what it feels like.
I don't know.
And then like there's this picture of him holding the Tesseract from the Avengers and looking really sad, and I want to know what that's about.
dude. Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
yeah. The
I love
Tesseract
being
for the
able to
Avengers.
tell when
The
Nico does
Tesseract.
not care.
Nope, it's not that. I made the mistake of looking at chat and not
Minecraft
hearing what you
movie.
said.
Oh, it's like you're looking at a second screen away from your main thing.
Okay, so here's a question that I want to ask. As soon as we pitched this idea, and by we I mean Nico,
Yeah.
it was the first question that came to mind that I wanted to ask you guys.
Hmm.
Say you have a dual monitor setup, 2 monitors. Which
Yeah.
one is your stimulus monitor, and which one is your main focus monitor? Left or right?
Left is my main focus monitor. Well, okay, I only have one monitor for what it's worth as of right now. But like
Okay, so hypothetically, in your case,
hypothetically, the like, well, I'm a wimp and a jerk. So
I'd put them vertically.
no, I'm a jerk, and everybody loves me.
yeah, oh yeah, wait, I like saying I'm a wimp and a jerk because they're supposed to be opposite.
I thought you were referencing the SpongeBob
I
anchor
was.
arms.
No, I was, but I say I'm a wimp
Okay.
and a jerk. It's like they're supposed to be opposites. But no, I'm a wimp and a jerk, so I would put one center and one off to the right. But unfortunately, now that I'm thinking about it practically, I have studio monitors in front of me, which are like speakers that are supposed to make a cone to the whole thing. I'm getting carried away.
So you should be
I'm
doing
gonna-
this
no,
anyways.
no.
is kinda what
This
I'm
is
hearing.
what you should be doing. This is
So
what
I
the
need to,
podcast is
like-
about. It's about getting carried away. It's about getting lost in the moment.
Well,
it's
well,
about
that's
giving
true.
our viewers, our watchers, what is in the recesses of our mind.
Trav,
Drop some-
I'm really like rallied for battle right now, man. Like I feel like
Thank
you could
you.
lead me. You could lead me.
I'm a big
into,
fan of Chris Evans' Captain America.
Okay. Yeah.
I-
Good.
That was
You-
related in my mind.
You were talking to the two people who do not know Marvel here. I'm sorry. I don't know what a
Yeah.
Tesseract
That's
is. I'm
why
still
I
thinking
brought it
about
up.
that. I'm like,
Because you're like the only people that I could like bring a
I
fresh
know.
mind to it.
I know. Well, the Tesseract's from Transformers, isn't it?
No, that's the cube. The Tesseract
Oh, that's the
is
Allspark.
Avengers.
That's the Allspark. That's the Allspark. Yeah. Well, there's a band. There's a band called Tesseract.
There is.
That.
You're never gonna believe it. A Tesseract is like a real name for a thing.
Yeah. They're like Dillinger Escape Plan type music, and like
Dude, I used to fuck with Dillinger. Sorry, swear jar. I used to screw with Dillinger Escape Plan.
yeah, man. Phrasing. No, that's funny. Yeah, but Tesseract. I didn't realize Tesseract was like the Marvel. I thought it was from Transformers all this time, and then
Oh,
not
I mean,
putting
like
together-
a lot. It was those two movies came out around the same time. Actually,
Yeah.
no, they didn't. They were like 4 years apart. But similar enough that people conflated them because the plot MacGuffin in those movies was a cube, regardless.
I should answer the question that
No, you should.
if I have two monitors and they are bifurcated right down the middle, left,
Bifurcated. What does that mean?
like divided more or
It's not a
less. I
real
don't really
word.
know the
Google.
real definition. Yeah, it's a real word.
Define bifurcated.
that is a real word. Wow.
Divided into two branches or forks. I gotta use that. I've been trying to learn new words.
Look, I know I don't read all that much, but I have a strong command of the English language.
No, I'm not. I'm not surprised that you know big words. You're smarter than me. This is nothing new.
It was just a delivery. It sounded like you fumbled into
Yeah, like
it.
it was like, wow, you use this word a lot, and I don't know it.
It's so I'll tell you why I know it, and I know it because it is something in Inscription, which is a game that I do other things while playing. And if I had it on my hypothetical 2 monitors, it would be on my left monitor while I do something on my right monitor.
Nice.
Yeah. Chris, what about you? You said center.
I didn't say anything.
Weigh in.
Yeah, he's still thinking.
Yeah, it's really tough.
Like Chris
right?
can't fathom the idea of having 2 monitors for some reason. So
Right, I got one big one. It's pretty cool.
Oh, do you have a long boy?
Long.
I
horizontally.
I have my right monitor vertical, if that's what you mean.
No, I mean like how they get the
I don't have like
the
an
super
ultra
wides?
the
wide.
wide one.
It's just a very big monitor. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Because
So,
there's the
so you don't
aspect
have
ratio wide, and then there's just the
Yeah.
really wide monitor.
Right. There's the ones that are like wide that are meant to emulate the experience of 2 monitors while only having one.
Correct. Yeah.
I did. So after I broke my monitor on that one podcast that I forgot
he
about,
Threw a bottle of Advil at your monitor and then picked it up and
Yes.
threw it at it again.
because it was Chris's fault. He's the one who asked. But so I'm fortunate enough that there is a micro center near me because I live in King of Prussia. And I went down to Micro Center and just got the cheapest monitor that was like equivalent to what I had before. And I didn't realize it when I bought it, but it's slightly curved. And I thought I was gonna hate that, but I kind of love it.
Yeah.
I am now Curvepilled.
Yeah. It is sincerely like actually kind of cool. I've used them in the past and like they're pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie.
I love saying things and looking over at Chris and just
And looking
seeing
at
him, like,
Chris, just seeing his
like
reaction.
I just hear new phrases here, like curve-pilled, and I'm like, oh, interesting.
Yeah, dude.
we love a curved boy. Hold on.
Yeah, that was where my mind went first, and that was why I made the
Phrasing.
reaction, but I wasn't going to mention it.
Chat, I'm not a slut. I just pretend to be.
I just play one on TV.
I just play one on TV.
Okay. Yeah.
So if you did have 2 monitors, Chris.
I would focus on my right because that is my dominant hand area.
I see.
See, that's what you would think, but my right hand is right in front of my right monitor. So like it's got this feng shui to it, you know.
Are you a right monitor person, Trav?
I'm a lefty.
Lefty.
I'm a left monitor. Left monitor.
Okay, left monitor.
Right. Left monitor is my main monitor.
Well,
but I also, for my audio listeners at home, I have 2 monitors. My right monitor is vertical, and I basically use it as if I have 2 monitors stacked on top of each other.
Nice. I should do that. That's what I should do.
Yeah, I found it really nice for editing.
Yeah.
And then I've started using it for like, because having 2 halves of a normal landscape monitor and splitting something down the middle and working with 2 things, like, you know, it's squished, it doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
Having the monitor flipped sideways and then doing one on top, one on bottom, like one application on top and bottom, it feels much more natural because it's like a normal-ish screen shape. It's like a 4x3. Almost,
you can also
not quite.
You can also read more Discord history at one time.
That is unfortunately very true, and it makes documenting your entire Twitch chat or Discord chat a lot easier if you ever
really
need
funny.
to bring that in for court records.
I see. Okay. But yeah, fellas, so to back out of all of this, right?
I'm enjoying seeing how long we keep up the charade of there is a topic here. We keep like going kind of back to it. and
We
then
came
just,
up with this topic like 5 minutes before going live.
5 minutes before going live.
Yeah,
But it's a good topic. It's a good topic because, like, I'll tell you
It is a good
what.
topic.
Like, so I watched the Reddit videos of people reading Reddit videos because I don't care about the Reddit stories. I care about like the context and the like the commentary on it, right? Like the discussion around it. Like if this person is like, no, like you're definitely like NTA on this one, and they are clearly TA, I'll be like,
What is
no,
TA?
you got that wrong, buddy.
The asshole.
I don't comment.
okay.
Like I never comment on the internet, but I will just like sit there to myself and be like, no, you're wrong. I'll be like, no, you're wrong. Most of the time, the people I watch, I agree with, though. Like, I don't like to watch people I disagree with very often. But I do that while I'm gaming because the stories are so inconsequential and they just give you something to think about. And like, you don't have to like really pay attention to it. To be fair, I've been considering starting audiobooks while gaming.
Okay.
Good thing to do.
Yeah, especially while I'm playing a game that I've already played many times. So like, for example, if I'm going to put Sekiro on, I don't need the audio in that game. I've played that game so many times. I do not need the audio in that game. I can just go through. I can just play the game, right?
Sure.
And the same thing with Bloodborne.
Balatro.
Probably not. Balatro is like perfect to just, it's a mobile.
Balatro is
like
the perfect stimulus game.
Yeah. Balatro, I can put on something and like not pay attention to Balatro, and I can like watch what I'm watching. Like I can put on House and then play Balatro.
Yeah.
Right.
And like,
you know.
I don't know about you, but like I actually retain information better from the show with Balatro. It's the Joker just going, you know?
Interesting.
Yeah, you gotta have it. Gotta have it. It's and especially when I'm watching Family Guy, I like to play Subway Surfers. No, I'm just kidding. I do not do that.
So true, bestie.
I did used to play Subway Surfers, but I got rid of it. I didn't feel like it anymore. In favor of card games. I felt that card games were better for a mobile experience than a game that requires your full attention.
Can't argue with that.
Yeah. Turn-based games make more sense to me mobily than they do on a console.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I agree with that. Like, I think the first time I played Earthbound, I still didn't beat it, but like the first time I played Earthbound was on a phone emulator.
Yeah. Or even on like a Game Boy Advance or something, like a little handheld. Like that all makes sense to me. A Game Boy Advance?
What are those?
It's the advanced version of the Game Boy.
What's a Game Boy?
Thank you.
Yeah. It's a Game Boy, but they turned it sideways.
Oh, Curvepilled. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Curvepilled. Mm-hmm.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah, we love a curved boy. But yeah, no. So that's my general rule is that like again, my general gravitation is that I have something on that's inconsequential but is stimulating to the brain.
Okay.
Right. So like something I don't have to pay attention to like all the little details, but I can still retain the context of what they're saying and do the thought exercise while I'm gaming. And then I'm just like stimulated and like thinking about it.
So I have a thought. I'll let you finish your thought first, though.
I also usually have 2 fans going and occasionally will have music on top of it. Yeah.
2 fans?
No, it's not. Well, 2 fans is only in the summertime. In the wintertime, there's no fans. In the wintertime, it's windows open.
Is the one fan just not cutting it? Are we talking like a ceiling fan and then a fan?
I'm talking like my air conditioner and a fan.
I am sorry.
Yeah,
I mean,
I run hot, man. It is what it is.
I've been in Nico's 3-story house before. Like, I understand why he needs it.
I've been trapped in Nico's basement. It does get a little moldy. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't live at either of these places anymore.
No, I'm trying to like say where you don't live.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
Hide our identities. Like, no one can know that.
It was a little weird that you lived in Drake's mansion. Like, it made Not Like Us kind of awkward when that came out.
Whoa.
But
yeah, I mean, I was living there, so he couldn't live there, so that he had to live uncomfortably.
Fair. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
like squatting rights.
I like that.
Yeah. I was squatters' rightsing on Drake.
You got to make that a bar.
I thought it was offensive when the album cover came out. It was like, bro, that's where I'm squatting right now. Like, come on. Have some empathy.
That has to be a bar.
That's really funny, actually. I forgot about the cover image of Not Like Us.
It's like, dude, that's my house, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Why you just sound like the Red Letter Media? Send me an email if you want a pizza roll.
I just don't understand what's going on right now.
Wow, you do that so well. Holy moly. Can you tell people to subscribe in the Crubcast and you'll mail them a pizza roll?
If you subscribe to the Crubcast, I'll mail you a pizza roll and I'll trap you in my basement.
That's so... Oh my!
and see what happens.
You do that so well.
This is the first compliment I've got this month. It's April 1st, baby.
That's time of it could be April 1st.
I was
Who
about to
knows?
be very sad.
It's the first compliment I got last month, also, depending on when this releases in life.
Yeah. No, that's
I
fair.
like the idea of the April Fool's video not coming out till next month.
It might
It's not the April Fool's video. We haven't even
that's
said
funny.
that. We haven't even said that all episode.
Said what?
It's the word of the day. Hey, April Fools. Okay, so I want to know what is the ultimate, whatever we're calling this game?
Shadow the Hedgehog.
The
Shadow
ultimate
the
game.
Hedgehog.
The ultimate game to do something else to.
Your go-to.
Yeah, it's every Souls game.
Ooh.
Every single one. You can.
As
you don't
much
have
as
to,
I hate Nicco, he's kind of right. Like
it's
Souls
everyone.
works
Dude, they're all the
really
same.
well.
Look, all you do is press either
Roll.
circle and then R1 or R2 in different succession,
yeah.
or you press L1 and then R1 and R2, whatever, right?
Mhm.
It's really not that. It's groups of twos and sometimes threes, fours, and fives. And all
Okay.
you have to do is count to, if you can count to 5, you can play a Souls game.
I can't.
Like,
That's why I don't play them, yeah.
but I say that because I was socialized. I say that because I was socialized on these games, right? Like my very first like intense gaming experience came from Bloodborne. Like I had gamed obviously for many years before that, but like not really like super casually. Call of Duty, like finish a game here or there, like nothing really. Like it would not take like all of my time or anything, but like.
Yeah.
I seriously got into gaming after playing Bloodborne. It was the first one that really like I played it and I was like,
So
oh,
you've
this is
talked about that on stream
fun.
before. This is ancient lore as far as the stream is concerned. But I'm
Yeah.
curious, what is it? We've probably had this conversation, but I don't remember. And also, I think it would make for an interesting discussion. What is it about Bloodborne that sucked you in?
the aesthetic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, like what
Aesthetic.
kept you? Like that's what kept you coming back. Like
The aesthetic is what made me say, yes, Kevin, I will take your advice and play this game.
okay,
And the gameplay, just the loop, the fact that it's the same every single time.
yeah.
Every single time. Every single time you go through a level, it is the same. There's no changes. And unless you, the player, make a change, which you are able to keep track of easily. Right. And I think too many games are inconsistent in the way that I can't practice
Too many
that.
games.
Like we've talked about, it all connects. This all connects.
Yeah.
I think that the Souls games play. I'm gonna say so. I'm gonna get bullied so hard for this.
That's okay.
The Souls games play more like an instrument than other games do in their.
No, you're not gonna get
consistency.
bullied for that. I think a lot of people are gonna agree with you.
It's it's the consistency. It's the fact that I go through the level, and no matter if I'm playing in 2014 or if I'm playing in 2025. It's the same level, it's the same game, it's the same enemies. I know where everything is. I can practice if there's an enemy that's giving me trouble, I can sit there for 2 hours or more and get better at it. And that's really what I like to do. And you know, that's my like W in
And you know
gaming.
what I think is the fascinating thing about that, just with you in general, not like
Yeah.
the game, is that you've been pretty vocal about like not giving a crap about like older games because you know they're too archaic, etc. Which I understand.
I have
But
trouble
like
interpreting
that
them.
is the same kind of logic that a lot of older games used, especially like old Nintendo, Super Nintendo era. Is like it's the same thing every time. You just got to memorize it and get over it.
Yeah, and if I'm being completely honest, like my problem
And
with
it's not
platformers,
exactly the same. Like there's a lot more nuances to Souls. Like I'll what's the word? Concede on that.
if I'm dropping all bits here and being completely legit, my problem with platformers is skill issue, and I think we've all known that. It's the problem is that I simply have not practiced them enough. And now at this point in my life, everyone who plays them is so far ahead of me that I don't think it's even worth catching up.
See that's where I think we have a fundamental disagreement on, because like you got to play it for yourself, man. You don't.
Yeah, that's where I think you're a big poopy pants diaper boy. It's like, well, you got to catch up, bro. Do it for you.
Well, it's the same. I mean, it's the
Poopy
same thing
pants.
of like, Oh,
Like, I mean,
you know,
are we gonna yell at a 6-year-old playing Mario Sunshine for the first time because they don't have that experience?
Yes.
well, so I am actually reserving that for. I'm actually pretty excited to play Astrobot because, like, Kevin and I have talked
Okay.
about that, and he was like, "Yeah, like this is like they made this to be like your first, like someone's first 3D platformer," and I was like, "All right, bet." But then Kevin was like, to the point of this episode, Kevin was like, "You have to listen to the music." He was like, "You have to immerse." And I was like, okay, I get it, which is part of why I haven't played it yet because I don't have the bandwidth to immerse. You know, because like I don't. How do you guys feel about having a layer of separation between you and anything emotional going on the screen?
No.
No,
I
imagine
to
I'm in the
cry.
minority on this one. Yeah,
Well, I mean, you're also coming at it from a different perspective that I think is unique to spheres like us.
yeah.
I'm
Certainly.
not calling us fat and round. I was meaning our general sphere. But I mean, you know, I could lose some weight.
Drop
but,
some lbs. 2025
I'm not as cool as Nicco. I can't lose 15 pounds in 2 months.
by doing nothing and just eating salad.
I mean, like I did pretty well for a bit. I started using my family's elliptical because we
Good.
have one in the basement.
Low impact.
And then I
love
stopped for a
elliptical.
bit. Dude, it
Yeah.
kills my calves. What like I have whatever it's called where you bounce your leg when you're focusing on things. And so like not to brag, but like my calf muscles have always been kind of sublime.
You should play
anyway.
the drums.
I used to, and I really want to again. I've been
Chris.
having so much fun using. Nope. Chris can't talk. I've been having so much fun with like FL Studio, just like doing drums that are probably impossible for me to do right now.
Yeah.
But it's just like I'm using logic with it, where it's like I know I can't hit these 3 things at the same time.
That's the way you got to do it.
Did you see that video going around of a guy who attached a cymbal to one of his double bass kicks, and so like the cymbal will slap against the bass drum, but then like when he pulls it back, he could slap the other bass pedal at it, and it'll go like.
I have
It was really
not.
cool.
I've not seen that. I
All
wouldn't
right,
be surprised if it's LS Tapario, Siberiano.
Call me after the pod. I'll show you.
Yeah, I'll call you after the
Anyway,
pod.
what were you
You can
gonna
show
say?
me. I was going to ask Chris how he feels about having a layer of separation between himself and emotionally between himself and what's happening on screen.
I'd like to ask you to explain what that means to me. Like I'm 13. Like just going in purposefully not.
Can I guess? Can I guess what Nicco means?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, so imagine you're playing The Last of Us Part 1.
And watching the view during
And
it. Yeah.
you don't want to cry. You don't want to like. You want to have some autonomy over your own feelings and emotions. So you have some kind of stimulus going on to keep you grounded, so that you're not completely giving in to the tone, and so you're not completely relinquishing your own perspective.
Yeah, Trav hit the nail on the head.
I think I'd find something else to play.
Interesting.
That's fair. And like I said, like a game that's a movie, like if like I'm playing Wolfenstein on and off, and like that game I pay attention to when I'm not like playing.
I never
it.
mute for Mick Gordon.
Like when I'm well, that's true, right? The music like started playing and I was like, oh yeah, that's right, this music rules. And that's so that's the other thing though. But like for that game, like I will like play things while I'm playing. Like if I'm like actively in the game, like doing the thing. If I'm in a firefight, I'll distract myself. But if there's like a cutscene, I will turn it off and just listen to the game. But
Because
know,
for
I
something
do-
like
yeah.
The Last of Us, it's like if I'm going into that, then the emotion's kind of the point,
that is
Shout out
kind of
Last
the
of Us.
point. When there's
Yeah.
a point, when that's the point, I will just be a good boy and pay attention and consume it the way that it's meant to be consumed because that's, I get it.
Yeah, like I try to know enough about what I'm playing to go in prepared for that. Like I don't feel like I need to ground myself or keep that separation. Because if I'm doing that specific game that has that potential,
Yeah.
then I want that,
I've been
But if I'm
betrayed
like-
too much.
If I'm like
What have you been
playing
betrayed
Last of Us on hard difficulty for trophies or something, right? If I'm going in having already experienced it, then yeah, totally.
I probably talked on it on the podcast before. Adam Sandler's Click betrayed the crap out of me, so I don't feel I don't feel the need to go. I don't feel the need to go into it
You
any
brought
further.
it up,
Just,
so I think we need
betrayed
That's
to.
my bad.
yeah. No, it's all good. We don't have to.
That's funny.
Then why bring it up?
Because I was just saying.
And now
I brought
everyone
it
at
up.
home's
I
like,
brought
what the
it
hell
up.
is he
I
talking
brought
about?
it
Adam
up.
Sandler's Click. I don't know this. I wasn't in that private server to know Nico's issue with Adam Sandler's Click. Why do you bring this
it was
up
just
40
it
minutes
was
into this
marketed-
podcast and then drop it? What does he
it
mean?
was marketed as a comedy, and then it was like given poorly executed, but I was a young child. A really emotional moment like came out of nowhere, and I don't like that being sprung on me.
I do. So
yeah.
I don't know. Like I had the complete opposite reaction when I watched Click by Adam Sandler. No,
Mhm.
I actually don't remember anything that happened in that movie.
So it
But
did
no,
not age
I
well.
love it. I love it when things get emotional unexpectedly.
I've come to appreciate it more now because I understand my
Yeah, I
feelings
mean,
a
your
lot
frontal
more.
cortex is more developed.
Yeah, I understand my own feelings a lot more now. So I do have to distract myself less. Now I choose to.
Okay, that makes sense.
Now I choose
I
to.
got over that
because
shit.
like
Now
it.
I do it on purpose anyway.
Now I do it on purpose. Well, now the thing, well, it's
Okay.
nice because I don't have to. Like to your point, Chris, if I'm playing Last of Us, I probably am not going to have things going on in the background because I want to experience the scary. I want to experience the cutscenes, the emotion. That's like part of it, right? That's part of the experience.
Yeah.
But like Bloodborne, Dark Souls,
That was something I was going to ask when you were talking about that, actually. Do you lower the music now in like Bloodborne? That way you can
I know,
keep
I've-
just the game sound effects for like the player feedback and then listen to what you're listening to? Or do you
If
full
I-
mute it?
if I can mute the music in every game, I will. And it's not like
Insane.
it's just, well, it's not because I don't appreciate it. Like if someone tells me that this soundtrack is amazing, I will go and listen to it, right? Or if I start playing the game and I'm like, this soundtrack is amazing, I will just leave it on, right? Wolfenstein, left it on. Doom, left it on, right?
Okay.
But when the soundtrack
You
is
get to
not,
live.
when the soundtrack is an orchestral piece or like a chiptune piece, not that I don't respect that music, incredibly great music, incredibly talented musicians. And
I just don't
it's
want to hear that shit.
No, it's just not for me. It's just not for me. I've been like, I have like had, I've been talking a lot. You guys should say something. Like, what are your
That's the
games
issue.
to
I
do
got
other
Sonic
things
Pill
to?
to age 5, and all the Sonic soundtracks are really good. So I've been trained into being like, well, I guess I got to listen to the game music in case it's really good all the way through.
Which, to be fair, Sonic is one of the games that I would keep the soundtrack on for. I like songs with
Right.
lyrics.
It just feels like part of the experience, you know? It's part of the frenetic, upbeat,
Yeah.
run around real
Yeah.
fast. It's like if the music's not playing in the Sonic stage, you're like, ugh, that's weird.
Yeah. I just don't listen to a whole lot of instrumental music. Just in
L.
general. Yeah.
I'm
I
kind of
even
the
then,
opposite.
like-
consider it. You know,
even
like
then.
trying to be as charitable as I can. Like there is something to be said about good instrumental music.
Absolutely.
Like I mean, I know you know Animals as Leaders.
Yeah. Oh, I do listen to Animals as Leaders.
Okay,
I do
cool.
listen to Animals
We're
as
good.
Leaders. Animals as Leaders and the occasional Polyphia song I'll throw in the rotation.
Okay.
But those, like, they have like, it's going to get too technical if I go into this. There
no,
are
I
like,
want to hear it. I can't speak for Chris, but
I have specific things that I'm like looking for. And with that type of stuff, like Polyphia tends to have a melody to it, so I can kind of sing it or hum it. And also, like, the drums are really good. I can use it for practice. I don't really like the music. Like I do, but I don't. Because I think they've optimized the fun out of music in the way that people optimize the fun out of games.
I can
sometimes.
understand that.
Animals as Leaders is more interesting because they're a little different, like instrumental hook type of band where like the rhythms get stuck in your head. You know, and I learned to thump. Like I was playing the guitar and I was like, I learned to thump. I use those as learning tools. And they offer me that. Whereas like an orchestral piece, like I don't play. An orchestra is not something I can emulate by myself, whereas like a band situation is something I could emulate by myself, and I take something from every single instrument. And so that's why I prefer like even Doom. It's like instrumental music, but it's a band. And I'm like, I get
and
something from it.
I will concede a bit, like, you know, it does depend on the game. Like, you're not exactly going to be listening to the music from like Clue Land.
Yeah, well,
that Cuckoo Land beat goes hard though. What are you saying, dude?
Okay, true. You're right. I'm sorry.
No, some of these. Well, I will say Kevin's been sharing with me some really, really good stuff recently. I don't remember what game he's been playing, but he has been sending me some of the best jungle chops I've ever heard.
Is it Bomb Rush Cyberpunk?
Could be.
Ooh, yeah, I could see that.
It's probably
Could
that.
be.
He's been playing that lately. Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, it was Sounds of Tokyo to Future full album, Too Mellow, whatever that's from, and then Too Mellow, Dare Dark Side, Love Sick Bus.
So that was a guy attributing Jet Set Radio, and then Bomb Rush Cyberpunk is a game attributing Jet Set Radio that used that music.
Yeah, well, Naganuma,
yeah,
like I used to think was like super funny, but I still think is an excellent musician who should be emulated. You know, because Chop and Breaks, I love Chop and Breaks, dude. I do love Chop and Breaks, but that's the other thing is like, you know, more digital music, like even with chiptune and stuff, it's like I could take something from that. There's a lot of like, you know, like Bring Me the Horizon uses like that type of thing and like puts metal behind it, right? I think I come around to things a lot. So a lot of the things that I like don't like, and it seems like I vehemently don't like them. I just vehemently don't like them right now.
Yeah.
And even these things.
I mean, that's just generally a good way to look at things in general. Generally, in general.
Yeah.
But like, that's something that I've been trying to do too, is just like, it's not my thing. Maybe I'll come around to it.
Yep.
Leave the door open, which I know like to some is going to come off as like fence sitting, but I think that it's being charitable.
It's more so like
it's arguably fence sitting.
Respecting the
it's
people
just not having
sitting
an opinion on something.
Sorry, Chris.
Yeah, maybe that's fair. Maybe I don't have an opinion on you.
Oh, I mean that too, I guess. Okay.
Blur that
like that. I like that it was blur it out. I like that it's an opinion on Chris, not an opinion on that. But yeah, no, I just find that like I feel the need nowadays to like respect the people behind the art as much as I possibly can. And so I have and so that's why I say like this or that thing is like not for me. It doesn't necessarily add to the experience. Sometimes it takes away from it for me.
Sure.
When it's just an orchestral soundtrack for the billionth time.
That's how I feel about movie scores.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. Especially superhero.
Yeah.
Like, even I'll concede to that.
That's been my hot take on movie scores. Is I don't remember movie scores anymore. There are a lot of good ones, I'm sure, that are out there, and I just don't watch a lot of movies. Granted, right?
There was a movie score I heard recently that I was like, "Wow, this is really good." What the hell was it? I don't think I've seen anything that wasn't Marvel slop, so I don't know.
I'm trying to think. I've definitely seen some like really incredible uses of like licensed music in movies, right? Like for example,
oh sure,
let's
the
take
Mario Brothers movie.
I haven't seen it. Is it good?
Yeah. No, I hate the use of licensed movie. So the license, I'll let you go on your tangent in a second, but I need to go on this tangent. There was music composed like for the score for so much of the movie, and they just chopped it out at what feels like the last minute and replaced it with licensed music. When those like, original tracks exist in the soundtrack, and if you put them in, people have like artificially put them back into the movie, and it sounds so much better and it makes more sense. Because like the outro scene, I'm gonna spoil the last scene of it, just the song that plays. For whatever reason, they play Mr. Blue Sky.
The Mario movie?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah.
For whatever reason, they play Mr. Blue Sky.
Wasn't it?
I think so.
That was in one of the trailers.
And like I love that song. I used it in one of my high school projects.
Yeah. Good cruising song.
They it doesn't match the scene. And when they jump at the pipe at the very end for the title drop, it's like it's not even on beat. Like it was not made for that scene, and it just feels so sloppy.
Like for Nicco's reference, also they like had their symphony orchestra do like the Donkey Kong Country music for when they're showing off the Donkey Kong Land, right? And you listen to it on the soundtrack, you're like, "Whoa, that's great." You watch the movie, it's Take on Me for some reason as they're just running around Donkey Kong Land, and you're like, "Okay,
bro, you gotta question the choice, man." I feel
It's
like
really bizarre.
I feel like the right music is perfect for the right thing, and that's what I think. I hate to like rehash video game music over the episode of things that we're supposed to do other things over. But you know, I will say, as banger as I know the Souls soundtracks are, I just don't care. Just don't care. I can't be an orchestra.
Well,
There's
I
nothing
also
I can
think
take
that
from
Souls, with the exception of Elden Ring, Souls is kind of different. I can't speak for Sekiro. I never played Sekiro. But like for the most part, those games have no music until you get to a boss.
Yeah.
And
Right.
I love that personally because
Well,
it
and
makes it feel more impactful.
Because, well, my thing is like I'll play the game and I'll be like, oh, no music, great, I'll turn on my music, and then I get to the boss and it's like, oh, the Discord is screwing me over, but I'll be on
That's
the
okay.
audio. I was doing
For audio listeners at home, please explain in the comments what that sounded like.
it you know, they'll have like the choral singing and what. It's perfect. It's perfect for the game. Perfect for the game. Expertly executed. Some of the best to ever do it.
Deacons of the Deep goes hard.
It is not for Nicco all hell buckets at this moment in time.
Yeah, and I think leaving the door open is good because I think what I would encourage you to do, and I don't know how to say this without being an asshole, but I'm trying not to be.
Do it.
You know,
Yeah,
just
go
try
back to it at some point. Yeah, I will.
Approach it as the medium that it is, or sorry, try to approach it as
meet
the
it on its
piece
terms.
of art that it is trying to be.
Yeah, meet it on its terms. I understand
Yeah,
that.
meet it on
I
its
like-
on its terms. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get it, and I just need to sit down and try and do it. But it's just I get really weird with some music sometimes, man. If I'm not like listening to the right thing, then I'm like, this is all wrong. I feel all wrong, and like
it does seem like a lot of this does stem from I am here for my entertainment.
Yep.
And I want to disable the
Yeah,
parts that
and
aren't
that's
here
fair.
because I have so much time in my day to enjoy myself. So I need to disable the parts of this that are not doing it for me and then
Yes.
add in things that do it for me and then enjoy myself.
that is exactly what it is.
From that lens, yeah, the Dark Souls choir stuff being great, but not what you want to hear at that moment makes sense.
Yep.
I get you. Yeah.
And that's it. And it's again, I need to make it clear that I am not saying by any
Well,
means.
you also think it's poopy dog water and it's composed like an 8-year-old, but you know,
no.
I'll say it. I haven't listened to it. I'm probably right.
Who EQ'd this, Jerry?
No, it's perfect. It's perfect. It's legitimately perfect.
I've never heard better music in my life.
It's perfect.
No,
Let me see Becky.
Oh, dude,
I love
just,
Becky.
I've like, I
Becky's
realize,
funny.
Becky is Becky the
Is that what you
podcast?
said? Becky? I don't know.
Yeah, I said let me see Becky.
I love Becky.
Yeah.
What's Becky?
Dude, the wife of the podcast, Becky.
Oh, the communal
Yeah,
wife?
the communal wife.
Yeah, the communal wife. Remember, Rebecca is my
so
wife.
we've been at this for about 2 hours now.
song's
Is there
on
anything
the-
we need to wrap up? And you want
Yeah,
to
I
say
think-
your last
I
piece?
I think we have a Patreon question of the week flavor.
I don't
unless-
think so. I don't think we're on Patreon. But if we were, we'd be at patreon.com/Crub. I think.
Certainly.
Or is it Crub official? No, it's Crub,
Crub.
right?
Yeah, you
It's
got it
Crub.
right.
Yeah.
I was sitting here like, wait,
Remember,
which
for just
slash is
$1 a month,
/
you too can
two?
be a member of the patreon.com/Crub member team. Member always come to the Discord.
That's true.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take that. Was actually good job, Jeff.
Who wants to introduce the Patreon question?
I have a weird feeling it's going to be me. This one comes from the Golden Bolt parentheses. I pay too. Which Sonic
hold on.
character
does,
was
we all
from
do.
Kevin?
Which Sonic
I
character
saw
looks-
that. I thought you just said Kevin's name for no reason in the message. I didn't realize it was from Kevin.
It's
Yeah.
actually
Okay.
from the
Anyway.
Golden Bolt. Which
I won't
Sonic
interrupt.
character
I won't
looks
interrupt.
best in a maid outfit?
That new one from like Who Killed Sonic?
Well, who
The conductor?
player character.
Oh, buddy.
Hooters just died today, so I'm gonna say Longclaw.
Yeah, I was going to say this question made a lot more sense when we were talking about the Hooters bankruptcy. I will say
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
that was the initial idea, and we went for a better one, thankfully. I like Vector the crocodile. I think he looks quite spiffy in a maid outfit. I have a few drawings of that. It's most of my desktop wallpaper.
Well, and also Big the cat. I feel like you'd get most made per character.
Yeah,
The
but I
maid
like
to
it when-
character ratio is like
Can this be an official like Crub unit of measurement?
made per character.
Made per character.
Well, actually, you'd get the same amount of made per character, but you'd get more net made.
Yeah, net made. That's the important one.
Yeah.
Let me try to think of like a better answer. What are Sonic characters?
You know, you got Styx, and then you got SBO, and then
Even
you
just
got
knowing Styx is more than I expected. I'm kind of impressed. I'm like, damn, okay.
Metal Overlord, Metal Sonic.
I go back and forth, Chris, between its Styx and Twigs, and I don't know which. If
It Styx. You got it.
it's
You got it
Styx,
right.
yeah.
No, I'm like legitimately surprised. I'm like, why does Nicco know Styx the Badger?
If the game has good music, I'll know something about it.
Those
It
games
doesn't.
did not have good music. Those had like generic orchestral stuff. The Sonic Boom
okay,
games.
But the series has good music.
Oh, the
That's
series.
true.
But
Oh,
I'm
okay.
like, why
mean
would
like
you know
the
Sonic
franchise
Boom?
broadly? Okay.
The franchise has good music. Yeah, the franchise has good music.
Okay.
I will
No, that's
know
fair.
something about it. Yeah,
How do you know
Let me
Styx?
think.
carefully.
He's seen the cartoon clips.
Have you watched Sonic Boom cartoon clips?
No,
How do you know
Have you
Styx?
watched Sonic Boom cartoon clips?
someone mentioned.
Yeah, that is a very weird poll, Nicco. I got to admit.
someone
Like, Styx is-
mentioned. Someone
strange
mentioned
choice.
Styx somewhere along the line, and I don't
Like,
know.
I mean,
who.
we've talked about the characters, so
I've
like,
also
I'm sure you
said
got
this-
it through osmosis.
I've also said this before, and I don't. And
I
I'm
mean, yeah, I've been
always
around.
saying this.
yeah, I don't know.
This is a revolving podcast, baby.
Let me think. Well,
You-
give me- I need one good one.
You should watch Sonic Boom cartoon clips, Nicco. I think you would be surprised by how.
So
woke
the Sonic
Knuckles
Boom
is.
cartoon, for context,
Yeah,
it's not
if you want that,
serialized at all, and it's just goofy as hell, and
It's
it's
very funny.
actually pretty funny.
I think you would like it, actually.
I think
There's
we
this
should,
moment where like Amy Rose is like, it's time for a strong woman to break the glass ceiling, and like Knuckles is like, you know, Amy, by making an emphasis out of like trying to be the first strong female out there, you're saying that all women before you were kind of weak, and in exchange kind of misogynist.
and then she just says, "Yeah, you're right," and puts on a maid outfit. I'm just kidding. I'm so kidding.
No, it's just weird that you knew what happened next. So that's right. Boom Amy looks best in a maid outfit after being chastised by the woke Chad Knuckles. Thank you for
I'm
listening
gonna
to the.
say Shadow Generations Shadow.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, no, actually, Chris, also, I would like to submit Wade Whipple.
Oh,
Wade
yes.
Whipple.
I would like to
Whipple
submit
gang!
Wade Whipple. Yeah.
It is almost Wade Whipple Wednesday.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know that.
Oh my God. Wade Whipple Wednesday is incredible, Chris. It's
And true.
because we have to make an edit of Wade Whipple with Pop Smoke music. That's because it's Woo Back Wednesday. Because it's Woo Back Wednesday. This is not apropos of nothing. It's Woo Back Wednesday. So like,
Thanks for watching, guys.
yeah, you know what? Thanks for watching, guys.
Chris hit the bumper.